Then emotion enters. A message arrives with the wrong tone, short wording, delayed response, something colder than expected. Your body reacts immediately. Chest tightens, pulse rises. The mind starts constructing intent around incomplete information. Now, the response begins forming. And the dangerous part is, it always feels most accurate in the first few minutes. The wording becomes cleaner, sharper, more satisfying. A temporary version of you takes control. Its only objective is pressure release, not proportion, not clarity, relief. So the message gets sent, then the feeling leaves, quietly. An hour later, the stable version of you returns and rereads what was written. Now, the sentence feels different, not completely false, just governed by a state that no longer exists. There was space available before the response, not suppression. Space. Enough time for the nervous system to settle before making something permanent. But the system wanted immediate resolution. So, control transferred too early. A temporary version of you signed something permanent. And eventually, people begin experiencing instability around your reactions. Not dramatic instability, subtle instability. Your yes starts feeling uncertain. Your frustration arrives too fast. Your intensity becomes difficult to predict. People begin waiting before taking your first response seriously. Not because they distrust you completely, because they learned your emotional weather changes your conclusions. Excitement does the same thing, not just anger. An opportunity appears, a new plan, a conversation full of momentum. Your energy rises immediately, the future expands, language accelerates, commitment forms before clarity does. Yes, I'm in. That works. And for a moment, it feels aligned. Then the next morning arrives. Baseline returns. Now the promise feels heavier than the person who made it. Nothing changed externally. Only your state changed. But another version of you already committed. Then there is the way you work. The day fills quickly. Messages, calls, small fixes, minor decisions, quick completions. The system stays active constantly. And activity creates relief because smaller tasks close fast, so they get prioritized. Meanwhile, the important thing remains untouched. The difficult conversation. The proposal you keep reopening but never finishing. The decision capable of changing the direction of things. You move around it all day. Not because it is unclear, because it is exposed. Busy became the disguise your avoidance learned to wear. And after enough days like that, your attention reorganizes itself around relief instead of consequence. Now, the important work starts feeling heavier before you even begin it. Not because it became harder, because your nervous system learned to associate meaningful effort with threat. So the smaller tasks keep winning. The inbox, the organizing, the easy completions, they close quickly, reward immediately, protect you from evaluation. Meanwhile, the meaningful thing sits there untouched long enough to become emotionally loaded. Then, even opening it creates pressure, and eventually, the pattern stabilizes. Gap appears. Fluency deploys, challenge appears, defense activates, emotion rises, control transfers, pressure appears. Avoidance expands. At first, these look like separate habits. They are not. They are one system trying to protect itself from exposure, and the protection works. From the outside, everything can still look impressive. You sound sharp, you respond quickly, you stay active, you remain composed. But internally, something else is happening. The system no longer trusts stillness. It avoids pauses, avoids correction, avoids unfinished contact with reality, because reality moves slower than performance does. And slowly, intelligence stops being something you practice. It becomes something you defend. That is the shift. Not dramatic, cumulative. The reactions get faster. The commitments get looser. The thinking gets thinner. The identity gets tighter. And underneath all of it, you can still feel the original moment before the performance arrived, the half-second gap, the hesitation, the signal. It was there before the answer, before the reaction, before the defense. It is always there first. And right now, one part of this is already active in you. A sentence you inflated, a reaction you sent too quickly, a commitment made from a temporary state, a task you moved around all week instead of facing directly, small enough to excuse, clear enough to recognize. And the next time the gap appears, watch how fast you try to erase it.